Hello everyone, my name is Tim Owens and I will be doing my instructional video over how to install new grips on a motorcycle. In this video you will see a brief explanation of the reasons why you want to swap grips. I will just explain those. A list of materials you will need, step-by-step instructions to complete this simple task. I will apologize, I do have some allergy issues going on this week, so my voice is not as clear as it normally is. List of materials you'll need. You will need to buy you a new set of grips. I prefer Avon. They have a newer style rubber that doesn't break down as easy. A set of Allen wrenches, pliers or channel locks, the super glue that will come with the grips normally, and of course you will need a motorcycle. You'll see from my top picture, top left, that is the old grip, and it does look okay, but it's actually broke down to where the grip is now sticky, which is why it sticks to your hands and it's kind of harder to release the throttle. When replacing the clutch side, it's very simple. You just want to take loose the 3 bolts on the end of the grip, and if your grip was not glued on, you can just twist it off back and forth and it'll come off. You'll want to wipe off with a dry cloth, get all the dust and dirt off of it. Just take your clutch side grip out of your packaging, slide that thing on, and tighten up those 3 bolts. You can also have a more permanent hold by putting super glue on the bars before you slide it on. You slide that thing on there and it's there. I mean, if you want to be able to remove them again and swap out later for a different look or a different feel, you'd have to ruin that grip to get it off. The throttle side is a lot more difficult. There are 2 bolts. You'll take the top and bottom bolt loose. Pictured here is the top bolt. That is your throttle housing. You will take that loose and lift it up to where you can get to the mechanism. See on the picture on the right, that is the actual mechanism that does the throttle cables. And on the bottom, that is your throttle looseners. You want to loosen that throttle up to where you'll have enough play to move them up. This is when you get your new grip ready. You'll want to compare the 2 mechanisms that come with your grips to make sure you're putting the right one on. Using the super glue that comes with the grips, you will attach that to the proper mechanism, and then you will let it dry. Instructions call for 24-hour dry time before riding the bike. So you want to let it dry for at least 4 hours before you actually put it back on the bike. Set it in an upright position. You can use a cup, just anything that holds it up to where that mechanism doesn't come loose. I know some people that actually put some vice grips on them and hold it there, but doing it this way is simple and easy, and everybody's got a cup in their house. Once that glue dries, I waited the full 24 hours before I put this on. You'll want to run those throttle cables back the opposite way they were removed. So you'll actually have to go around the back, come around the front, slide it in. Before you do anything else, you want to tighten your cables back up from the actual cable below. That way it's tighter and you can test the throttle out to make sure that it is actually turning correctly. You'll want to slide it back into the housing, place the housing back on the bars, and tighten the 2 bolts. Tighten the 2 bolts on the back. This is what it will look like when it's completed. Like I said, the ones I had on there looked about the same, but they were a stickier grip, and when I was trying to release the throttle, my hand was stuck to the throttle, so I couldn't get a proper stopping distance. In conclusion, you now know how to swap out grips. This method is the same on most models of motorcycle, whether you have a Harley, a Honda, a Yamaha, or in my case here, this is a custom chopper that is none of the above. All the bars are the same, and normally the throttle cables are the same. The only difference is Honda uses a different mechanism. Every other bike uses the same mechanism, like I showed in the pictures. What I do if I ever run into a snag is I just go onto YouTube and I search the make and model of my bike and the project I'm doing, and it'll give you step-by-step instructions that are more in depth. Thank y'all, and y'all have a wonderful evening.